All right, I'm Daniel Watson. Welcome back to the living room of the retired Popo. Today I just wanted to talk about a couple of different things. One is the death of proactive policing and law enforcement. And in addition to that, this crazy bail reform thing they got going on up in New York. What's going on with that? So first of all, proactive policing is not anything new. It's been going on for a long, long time. And it's, some people say that law enforcement agencies are too aggressive. Well, if crimes are being committed, and you have law enforcement officers that are working, that are assigned to shifts, isn't that what they're supposed to be doing? There's a lot of different schools of thought on why crime is caused, or what the root cause of crime is. Marcus Aurelius, almost 2,000 years ago, said that poverty breeds crime. Well, if poverty breeds crime, and I don't necessarily disagree with that in some sense, but if it's the mother of crime, well, a lack of common sense or good sense is the father of it. It's an equal mixture there. So if you've got law enforcement officers that are out here working, let's say doing an aggressive patrol in neighborhoods where you have drunk drivers or people that are speeding or running stop signs, how is it that it's overly aggressive for those officers to be out there working traffic when about 99% of crimes that occur have something to do with the car? And I'm sure that there's somebody somewhere who's a number cruncher who's going, there's no way it's 99% of all crimes have a car involved. Well, how'd you get there? How'd you leave? When you stole that 55-inch flat screen TV, did you carry it on your back to your house, or did you put it in a car? Most of these folks that are out here breaking the law on a consistent basis, and there's a bunch of them, they're not paying their tickets because they have a drug issue, and they're trying to find a way to support that drug habit. And when they support that drug habit, well, if they get a ticket and they don't pay that fine, they're driving under suspension. So if I put a single guy in jail for driving under suspension and I keep him there for a little while, how many burglaries did I prevent? And maybe he stays in jail long enough to clean up. Is that always going to work? No, but we got to at least take an opportunity. Here's the real ugly truth. Whenever you neglect doing proactive policing, this is what crime does. The Bail Reform Act, I believe, was passed last year. It's actually been enacted this year. And in the last 2 months in New York, you don't have to ask me, you don't have to believe me if you don't want to. Go look at the stats and see how much crime's on the rise there. You take a guy, you put him in jail, no cash bail, he gets out. Like I said before, why not just give him a piece of paper and say, show up your court if you want to? I mean, when do the excuses end? Where have we taken free will out of this? If you're driving under suspension and you get behind the wheel of a car, that's a choice. If you take a pistol into a convenience store and you rob it, that's a choice. If you stick cocaine up your nose or cook it and shoot it in your veins, that's a choice. You decided to do that. No one decided to do that for you. You did. It would certainly be nice if we could somehow complete circle back to the common sense. Back to saying, okay, there's laws here that, if you break them, you're going to go to jail. And that's it, the minor ones as well as the serious ones. Committing a crime is like playing Monopoly with real money, only the money is the days of your life. And if you're willing to take that risk of going to jail for 7 years for robbing a convenience store, then that's on you. You made that decision. And I'm not exactly positively sure on all the minor details of the crime issues that are going on in New York right now. But it does mystify me how when you had great leadership there at one time who worked towards making New York City and New York State's crime to be very, very low, how when you have something that works and is working over and over again, why would you want to come in and change it? It makes no sense. Now, we can get into the whole stop and frisk thing and so on and so forth, but this is my thing with the stop and frisk thing. If you come across someone and they're doing something wrong that you have reasonable suspicion to stop them, and it leads into probable cause to arrest them or do whatever else, then that's the cop doing their job. But they have to be able to articulate that. If the cop's out there and just randomly searching people for no reason other than to just do it, that's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. No good cop would say it's right. However, getting out of here in these neighborhoods where you have a high crime rate and actively pursuing the people who are breaking the law, that's what cops are here for. So for all those legislators out there and so on and so forth that want to, especially up that way, that seem to be beating these cops down pretty good, well, why are you surprised when they pull back? In Chicago, why are you surprised with the mayor they got going on there? That's just a total mess. Well, I've never in my life heard of this. It's the first time in Chicago's history that the police department's not providing protection to the mayor. What's that all about? That's crazy. She doesn't trust her own police department? What kind of insanity is that? End of the day, bad, ineffective leadership is what leads to crime spiking. And that's not just law enforcement leadership either. It's the people that are driving the bus, the administrators, the mayors, the council people, the legislators, so on and so forth. And I'm not saying they're all bad, because there's a lot of really good ones out there. But it seems to be the ones that are screaming the loudest at the top of their lungs. They're the ones that everybody's paying attention to, when the person who is reasonable and has common sense is somehow, oh no, that's stupid. It's crazy. So as I let you go today, I just wanted to reiterate this statement I made before. If poverty is the mother of crime, lack of good sense is the father of it. That was true. That's just so very true. I can understand how, if you don't have anything that you want, and you want it, and you want to get it, and you don't have the money to get it, here, I got a great plan for you. Work for it. That's what everybody else does. Thank you from Copblue. Remember, the #1 rule for every cop every day is clocking out at the end of the shift and going home safe. Thanks.